Today I want to talk about the importance of a warm up and a warm down before you get into a hard exercise routine. Now, yesterday we had a huge snowfall, 80 centimeters, rather 40 centimeters of snow that fell, and it accumulated, and the wind blew and it created huge mounds, and then had to get out there and shovel the snow, and it was hardcore exercise. So before I went out, I did a warm up. I exercised. I breathed well, because what happens is when you go outside in the cold, your blood vessels constrict, and then the blood flow slows down into your heart, and that can create heart problems and other issues too. You can get cramps. So spending 2 hours out there yesterday, and on top of that, the truck that clears, or the tractor that cleared the road, came by and created another huge mound. Now I was in a bath of sweat, and I got help from Samantha and Rahel, but still it was just, to get back out there and clear that. And luckily the neighbors, it's a great neighborhood, the neighbors came and helped. But then it was a Sramadana, we helped each other too. So it took about another half an hour working out there, and coming back in last night, I was just so exhausted. So anyway, but I also then did a warm down. And again, this morning there was snow accumulated again. I had to do another shower for about an hour. Same thing, I exercised before going out, coming back in. I had a shower, and then what I did was this little exercise for the back, because one of the things that really gets affected is the back, because you're pushing the snow and lifting it up and throwing it up, and the back can really get hurt if you're not careful. So doing those exercises for the back, so doing this really eases the back as you lie down flat to the floor, and let all that weight just come down and relax. So this is one of the things that I do normally as a warm down. And another thing is, I go, because one of the other areas that gets really affected is the shoulders. Now, one of the things I also want to just mention is the fact that the breath is a core to all these things that I'm doing. Even when I'm shoveling the snow, pushing in, I coordinate with the breath. So even doing these warm downs and warm ups, I coordinate it with my breath. So another thing that I do for my shoulders now, this was taught to me, I remember way back in Bangladesh, by physiotherapists for the Bangladesh cricket team, when they were running some training programs for the under 15, under 19 teams on leadership. So I had a huge shoulder problem, and then he showed me this exercise of crawling up the side of the door sill, and then pushing against the door, and then really doing a nice stretch of the shoulders. And it's a beautiful way of easing the pain by stretching, and it has always worked for me. And another exercise that I was taught recently was also with the neck, because see the back of the neck here, there's the protrusion out here. It's just pulling it in and pulling your chin back, which is great. It gives great relief. And another one is rolling the shoulders up with the breath. So all of these exercises are great for the warm down. Now I remember as a 16-year-old, I was told by my good friend Terry Subu, who encouraged me to lift weights, to always warm up before starting the bench press and doing all the curls and all. And then I used to ignore it, and he used to shout at me and say, "Hey man, you got to do it. You're gonna pull a muscle." And that's great advice. And I'm also saying this to younger people too, because we think we can push the weight without doing a warm up. But I think it's always a great idea to do a warm up and a warm down. And luckily for me, Samantha taught me a bunch of yoga exercises and yoga stretches, whereas before my workout routine was about 80-90% hardcore stuff, weights, push-ups, pull-ups, all of that. And now it is about 40% stretching and yoga stretching, and about 60% exercise, which is a great way of finding that balance and making sure that you don't get hurt doing the exercise routine. And always incorporating the breath with all the movements is key to work the core alongside too. All right, well, stay safe out there, be well and be happy.